I'm Marc Stevens, author of Government Indicted, website, of course, markstevens.net, and the radio show, the No State Project, live every Saturday from 4 to 7 Eastern Standard Time on LRN.FM. That's the Liberty Radio Network. And if you disagree with what I have to say here or anything you see on markstevens.net, feel free to call into a live broadcast with your evidence and set me straight. Unlike some people, I am able to admit when I am incorrect factually. And that number is 218-632-9399. And I had posted this, and I use this image here because I was anticipating what the critics would say. That's one of the things that they do. The handful of people that actually will find an issue with what I do, helping people get lots and lots of tickets and assessments thrown out, which you can just go to the success stories and prove. That's where this is under. This is under these success stories. Figured they would just marginalize it by claiming, oh, it's just a traffic ticket. It's just a traffic ticket. I was wrong, because when it comes to critics, they just, some of them are just dishonest to the core. And I would say that this guy, Wesley Serra, who's a lawyer in the Bronx, I am not going to show his website because he'd probably file a false copyright claim. So I'm not going to give him the opportunity to do that. I've already had one video pulled this week from that Jennifer Rubin, and I'll have another video dealing with that because it just came in when I was starting to do this video. But this, you can look him up. His name is Wesley Serra. He's an attorney in some law firm there. I think he's actually a partner in the Bronx, New York. So look up Wesley Serra, Bronx attorney, and you will find him. He'll be the first one pulled up. And knowing that this was this week, decision in order, prosecutor Jeffrey Schock was ordered to respond to Tate's, and he was on we have part of the podcast that was posted today, where he discusses it. He had called into the show about this a couple of weeks ago because the judge initially, this guy David Wambach, not Wes, was initially very cold to the motion and was going to deny it. I had suggested that Tate break it up into a couple of pieces, but it's all based on the same thing, that just because Tate is physically in Wisconsin there, that the laws apply to him. We don't think that there's any evidence to prove that, and people like Wes Serra are unable to provide what doesn't exist. There is no evidence these rules called laws apply to us. So Jeffrey Schock did respond, and this was the judge's order. The state's reply is conclusory and contains no analysis, no citation to authority, nor application of the facts to the law, or an explanation why such an application is unnecessary by the court. Therefore, the court grants the relief the defendant seeks, which was a motion to dismiss for lack of evidence proving jurisdiction. It was also based on, because there was no evidence proving territorial jurisdiction, you can't prove that there's a valid case of controversy and show subject matter jurisdiction. So knowing that this existed and was posted unredacted, anybody can go look this up. Wesley Serra, being the dishonest attorney that he is, I mean, this guy is just dishonest to the core. Good Lord, Wes. You are one of the most dishonest people I've ever had to interact with. It's really obvious why you're scared witless to confront me in real time on the radio show or another radio show. You're not interested in the truth. You're a liar. You only want to discredit me, and for what reason, I don't even know, because you seem to be obsessed with me. He's no different than this, Red Squid. Oh, that was lucky to get that. Red Squid is a typical troll. No matter how many orders like this we get posted, it doesn't matter. They still claim I've never had any success in court. So this guy is just your typical troll. I think he's a government plant. I think he's on the payroll. Why else would somebody watch so many of my videos, comment endlessly on these things, unless he's being paid for it? So despite orders like this, Ret Squid still does that. So Wes is no less. He's not as obsessed as Ret Squid. But this is going to just discredit this Bronx attorney even more. Not that anyone should need further proof, and this is on my forum. I took a screen cap, and I haven't linked any article, because just in case Wesley decides to delete the thread, I have the evidence preserved. It's not going to go down the memory hole there, Wes. Not that anyone should need further proof, of course, but we have it anyway. Every time a court actually addresses the stuff expressed here, it loses. Yes, every time. One more example. Well, you lying attorney, you. What the hell do you call this order and decision? Let's read it again there, Wesley. Therefore, the court grants the relief the defendant seeks, case dismissed. So, is that every time? Yes, every time? No, you are a liar. Now, the thing is, Wes doubles down on this garbage. So he goes on other forums. We can get rid of Red Squid. He goes on other forums to try to discredit me. So let's see. Where is it? That's him on the forum saying it again. Well, this is a bigger example of his lie. So I guess it's there. The last one's always it. This is from another website that he goes on. And so you can see it's Wesley Serra. He just he posted this. Well, actually, okay, I got the date wrong. He posted today a similar thing, ranting about me, about the video about Jennifer Rubin that was torn down. But we'll get that reposted. Here he's saying proof that every time Stevens' nonsense is ruled on, he loses. Will not stop the numbnuts over there from continuing to kiss his butt. Really, they're numbnuts. Well, let's see. Let's look at the evidence. Oh, that's right. Because it's not every single time. They listen to me because, as Tate did, because when they do, most of the time, the ticket is thrown out. One only need go back again to the website so you can see the proof here under the success stories. We just have to go to the success stories, and you can see just how many times tickets have been thrown out. Ticket kicked in Florida. Prosecution dismisses another ticket. 6 charges dismissed in New York. Ticket kicked in New Jersey. Ticket kicked in Colorado. David gets one kicked in New Jersey. We have a court success in Ireland. We've also had tickets thrown out in England and Australia. Frank gets a ticket kicked out. So there's many of these. So the idea that we don't get tickets thrown, or the claim is thoroughly debunked. It's just absolutely not true. So here he says, now again, this is what he lies. He says that, but then he also doubled down on the forum. I said, so go ahead, keep lying, saying yes every time. He says, okay, I will. Despite what you tell people, you cannot cite a single decision from any court anywhere agreeing with you on jurisdiction or standing. That's not true. It's right here. How dishonest can you possibly be? Oh, that's right. He's never going to be publicly confronted with this, so he doesn't have to care. It's right here. You lying piece. You just a liar. Not your interpretation of a dismissal may mean, but saying the law doesn't apply to Stevens or there is no jurisdiction over Stevens. I've done that. I did it with Tate right here. Then he has to go and say, now why don't you post some more pictures? Don't forget Caddyshack. Well, you know what? I'm still waiting for you to show some evidence proving that a state exists or there is a government, because it's just men and women forcing us to pay them. See, and what Wes did here, he's trying to change. He's trying to change things because his argument was he was shown to be a liar. Because right here he's saying that any time it actually addresses the stuff, it loses every time. So you point out it doesn't lose every time. Huh? So what does he do? He tries to move the goalpost. Oh, but it doesn't explicitly say the law doesn't apply to Stevens. Yeah, that's what it meant when he granted the motion to dismiss, you dishonest attorney, you. That's what it means, because we alleged that the prosecution didn't have the evidence. So the moving the goalpost is a typical tactic from these lying people. So this is what I like this. We have an illegal goalpost move. Defense demanded more proof after the offense successfully proved their point. And that's all this dishonest attorney is trying to do. Look, No one would, anybody with half a brain is going to see that. Look, he's discredited himself. The man is a liar, through and through. And this is just one of many, because of course I've shown here. We've got the Success Stories archive, which is fairly deep now, and this is not even all the ones that we have to show where tickets have been thrown out. So the man has been thoroughly discredited. Wes, I don't know what your sick, disgusting obsession you have with trying to discredit me. If you wanted to discredit me, you would join me on a radio show and do it in real time, but you can't because you've got nothing. And here we go. I'm sorry, but there maybe people want to hire this guy. Not that anyone should need further proof, of course, but we have it anyway. Every time a court actually addresses the stuff expressed here, it loses. Yes, every time. Yeah, there it is. Therefore, the court grants. You're a liar, Wes. You're a liar. Does anyone disagrees with what I've presented here? If you don't think Wes is lying, you think he's got credibility, or you think you have evidence especially evidence that this prosecutor could not provide against Tate, you're more than welcome to come on a live broadcast and show me the evidence proving that just because somebody is in Wisconsin, the laws apply to them. And no, saying that the laws apply because they say so or because some judge said so is not evidence. It's called circular logic, or just a garden variety non sequitur. And my name is Marc Stevens. Website markstevens.net.